And welcome back to the Financially Simple Experience. So friends, we're on our journey. We're on a journey for the 8-figure exit. It is possible. My goodness, I wish we could all understand. It is possible to have an 8-figure exit in your business. And it may not take as long as you initially think. Now, we're looking specifically around building a financial advisory practice, but like I've said many times throughout the series, maybe, just maybe, you're a business owner that does not own a financial advisory practice. Maybe you're a dentist. Maybe you're a doctor. Maybe you're a veterinarian. I was talking with a veterinarian who listens to the show. Maybe you're a veterinarian and you're trying to drive the value of your vet practice. Whatever your business, the principles are applicable. So even though I'm talking specifically around this connotation of a financial advisory practice, you can drive value in your business. When we look at driving value, something that can stifle our value is this word attrition, losing customers. None of us like to lose customers. I can take my mind almost 20 years ago now when I began in the financial industry, and I had to work so hard to get people to trust me with their finances. I was early 20s. I'd already sold a business, and my wife and I were just married. I moved to a new town. No one knew my name. I didn't know anybody in the town, and I had to work so hard to gain a foothold into the financial markets. It was tough. In the early days, I would work with anybody who would fog a mirror, as the saying goes. And as the business began growing, I would look at the customer that I liked working with the most and begin trying to find that customer. Now, there's a secret that we have as financial advisors, and that is this. When we work with a customer, we often take on their dreams. We often take on their burdens. We listen to where they want to be. We can see it. Sitting in the seat now for 20 years across from clients, whenever they tell me they have this aspiration, this dream, I can look at the data, I can look at the behavior, and within a moment say if they're going to achieve that goal or not. People are surprisingly bland. We're surprisingly predictable. One of the things, though, that hurts, that harms, that drives me crazy is when a customer or client leaves. I take it personal because I've invested so much of my time learning them, trying to understand them, and when they leave, it hurts. It hurts. Me personally, it impacts me. Some of the longest sleepless nights is when a customer left for whatever reason. Recently, I had a client who left. He and his first wife were married. I worked with him for 7-9 years or something like that. His wife passed away. He remarried. His current wife had 6 times the amount of money that he has. She had a great advisor, great relationship with his advisor. And we had this conversation. I'm like, look, why don't you consolidate funds and go work with her advisor? And that hurt for me to have that conversation. It was the right thing for him to do because of the tax situation, et cetera. But in my person, it was painful. A friend, somebody who I walked through a very dark journey with him, through his wife's cancer, through the estate, through conversations with the kids, through the remarriage and the celebratory time around that, and now to have a very honest and a fiduciary conversation that, hey, you really should consolidate your assets with one advisor. This advisor over here is a great individual. I know them. Trust them. They can help you. That was painful. So now if we're thinking about this 8-figure exit, though, and we pull ourselves out of the advisor seat and we set ourselves in the business owner seat, we have to understand that when a customer or client leaves us, it harms our business. It harms our business. According to the Harvard Business Review, they report that acquiring a new customer is anywhere between 5 to 25 times the cost of just retaining our current customers. That's right. By us maintaining our book and providing good service to our current clients, we actually end up making more money because to go out and try to acquire a new customer cost us money, cost us time, cost us resources. So if we increase our customer retention by 5%, we can increase our profits anywhere between 25 to 95%, according to the Harvard Business Review. So customer retention is paramount. I made the statement earlier that attrition, in other words, customers leaving, is detrimental to the value of our company. One of the questions that I've seen as of late within companies who are trying to do M&A in the financial segment is, in the last 3 years, have any of your top 25 revenue producing clients left? Why is that question important for the buyer? Because they want to see if they have, so to speak, the mice jumping off the ship. They want to see if the customers are staying. A 2020 Microsoft article cites that loyal customers, customers who are staying with you, are 5 times as likely to repurchase, 5 times as likely to forgive, 4 times as likely to refer, and 7 times as likely to try a new offering. Think about that. They're ready to repurchase, forgive, refer, and try a new offering. Now, we've looked at the Ansoff matrix before on how if you have a new product, it's easy to take a new product and provide to a new customer, or it's easy to take a current product and provide it to a new customer. But it's very difficult to take a new product and sell it to a new customer. This is why customer attrition is dangerous. Customer retention is positive. Attrition, losing customers, is dangerous. So why is it that customers leave? Why do customers leave? Especially for those in the financial markets. Now, this may be some deviation. Maybe you're in a different segment. Maybe you're in a blue collar segment, an HVAC or a plumbing company. You may have a slightly different reason for the number one reason customers leave, but in the financial markets, the financial industry, the number one reason over and over and over again that customers leave is poor or infrequent communication. Poor or infrequent communication. Financial Advisor magazine has done many studies on this, and in one of their studies, they cited that 72% of advisors claim that their client fired the previous advisor for failing to communicate in a timely way. eMoney has an article that says the exact same thing. There was a survey done by Corelli that found that 39% of investors, your clients, consider it extremely important that their advisors maintain an appropriate amount of contact with them. Now, an appropriate amount of contact, that's up for interpretation, but nonetheless, it is true that whenever we fail in our communication, when we have poor and frequent communications, we run the risk of attrition. We run the risk of clients leaving. So how do we fix the communication issues within our companies? Number one, trim the fat. If you segment your book of business, you're going to see that you have the rule of 80-20. 20% of your clients are producing 80% of the revenue, which means that 80% of your clients are producing 20% of the revenue, which means if you look at the bottom tier, the bottom 20% of your book, you can often trim those clients. You can often shift those clients from yourself to another advisor, maybe a junior advisor. You can take the less profitable clients and graduate them to somebody who can work with them, who your C client becomes their A client. So you can trim the fat. This works with any business. We were talking through an auto repair company. We were showing the same thing. You have these customers here, which is driving your productivity down. Let's shift these customers from this particular service writer to this particular service writer. It works in any industry. So the first thing you can do to fix the communication issue is you can trim the fat. The second thing you can do is automate. Automate communication. I love automation. Why? Because you build it once and you let it run. It creates so much ease. As I mentioned last episode, I had a surgery not too long ago. And whenever I go to revisit the doctor for the follow-ups, I get automated text and I get automated meeting reminders. My dentist provides me automated reminders of my appointment. It's automation. You as a business owner can create automation through your CRM. You can do it through email, through messaging, and all the other socially approved platforms within your particular business. Another thing you can do to impact your client communications is you can hire someone specifically to handle client communications. You can have one person specifically designed to handle client communications. They can create the social media posts. They can create the drip marketing systems. They can create the nurturing campaigns. When the markets go crazy, they can create nurturing campaigns. They can create campaigns and communications for events that you might be hosting or sponsoring. So the number one reason, again and again, year after year, that clients leave financial firms is because of poor or infrequent communication. Now, another one that happens quite often is the perception of value. It's perception of value. You know, perception is reality. Oftentimes, clients will commoditize asset management. See, they often view the financial markets as, you help me manage portfolios. In fact, it could be cited by an Accenture report found that 55% of investors believe they can do a better job investing money themselves and have better returns net of fees. That's a report that came out not too long ago. What it speaks to the fact is that advisors are not competing against other advisors anymore. With technology today, many investors believe they can outperform the performance of the professionals. And maybe they can. According to the Finance Customer Experience Report by Qualtrics, 42% of clients choose an advisor based on good investment track records. Think about that. 42%. Not most, but 42% choose their advisor based on good investment track records. However, only 8% leave because of poor track records. So let's pause there and let's look at this. What often happens whenever clients leave is because of a misalignment of the value proposition. See, what many advisors that I talk with, what they'll say is, man, we are comprehensive planners, or we're a comprehensive tax and finance firm. We offer the following, and they give their menu of services, whatever the menu is. Oftentimes, though, unless that menu of services is communicated respectfully and consistently and delivered as was sold, then there's a misalignment that happens. I know for me, financial planning is the root of what I believe in. It's the foundation for me. Asset management, not so much. For me personally, asset management drives me crazy. I'm talking about me as a customer. I do not want to talk about my portfolio. I don't. What I want to talk about is the strategy around moving my assets, my net worth, to a desired outcome. I want to think about the tax strategy. I want to think around the asset protection. I want to think around insurance protection, estate planning, college planning, retirement planning. I want to think about all those planning things. Oh, yeah, and I don't really want to talk about my portfolio and how it's doing over the last 6 months. That drives me crazy. So in order for us to align the value proposition that we have for our customers, we need to continue to speak into and deliver on what we're doing. Maybe you need to adjust your value proposition. I remember years ago, I made this decision, I think it was about 2016, that, hey, we're not going to use any insurance products in our business anymore. We're going to use strictly financial services, like a financial planning approach to business. I can remember making that decision. I remember having the conversations with clients, specifically where I would say, from this point forward, we're going to take financial planning and it is going to dictate all of our decisions that we make. We're not going to make decisions based on emotions, based on the microeconomics that are happening in the moment. We're not going to do that. We're going to look at the plan, we're going to devise a plan, and we're going to stick to the plan. That was a tough conversation. I had some clients that left. I had many clients that came. Nearly 91% of clients, according to an eMoney report, say that they want estate planning advice from an advisor, but only 22% are receiving it. That's what I was saying earlier about me. I want to talk with somebody. In fact, on the day that I'm recording this conversation, in roughly about an hour from now, I'm having a conversation with my CPA, my estate attorney, and my tax attorney to talk specifically around some tax planning for me specifically. I want to have that conversation because it means much to me. And if it means much to me, as someone with my experience, friends, our clients are expecting the same thing. So what is the value proposition that we are delivering? And is our client aligning with that? If not, we're going to have attrition. The third thing that's cited through Thought Lab survey shows that 44% of clients were frustrated with technology. Technology. Now, we live in fintech world right now. The financial tech world is ever growing. Those of us who are trying to build firms, we know how frustrating it is to try to connect all these various APIs to each other. We have financial planning software that tries to aggregate with another software, and then there's a two-factor authentication problem, and it drives us crazy. And now we end up being tech people that are trying to reconnect things. Or we have a billing software that brings in an aggregating type of solution, and then things change and things break. And here we are 6 months after we set it up, we're having to deal with it again. As frustrated as we are, clients are ever more frustrated. 44% of clients are frustrated they could not view all their investments in one place. 49% say they select firms and advisors by the digital experience they provide. The digital experience they provide. Now, I don't know about you, but in my own practice, in my own life, I've come almost virtual. 4 years ago, everybody would meet face to face. In fact, I would drive and fly places to meet clients. Now, if I meet clients face to face one day a quarter, it seems odd to me because most of my meetings now are virtual. The same experience that's happening for us as advisors, our clients are dealing with the same thing. They want a digital experience. And if we lag in our technology offering, we will see attrition, especially in the younger generations. Now, let's think about that. Our younger generations are the generations that will often move our average age range of our book, which causes our multiple to increase. So if we're segmenting those clients who are younger generations who are going to receive inheritances from perhaps our older clients, if they're leaving us, then we could quickly find ourselves with a book that is going into atrophy, that's not accelerating in value, that could actually move in the opposite direction, which would impact our 8-figure exit. You see how it all ties together? So lagging technology could be a problem. It will drive certain clients away. So maybe you need to modify your technology offering. Maybe you need to invest in additional technology. Another thing that will cause clients to leave is poor chemistry. Poor chemistry. A study from MIT, Age Lab, and AIG said that 25% of clients are willing to leave an advisor if they don't make a personal connection with them. There's a personal connection. Now, that means 75% of clients just want a good advisor. But 25% of clients out there are saying, hey, unless there's a personal connection, I'm not staying. Let's think about this as business owners. We have an advisor leave. That means we could probably see 25% attrition within our book. If that advisor leaves, we should be able to retain roughly 75%. That piece of information can help you de-risk your company as it relates to your advisors that work underneath you. But let's flip the mold. Let's say that you're looking at your book and you have clients that you just don't connect with. There are people that don't want to work with Justin Goodbread. And friends, there are people that I don't want to work with. For example, I do not like working with medical doctors. I will not work with medical doctors. They're smart people. I just don't jive with them. They have a certain way of thinking that just frustrates me. Engineers frustrate me. On the other hand, I know advisors within our company that love working with medical doctors and love working with engineers. They don't like working with business owners. I get it. So we have this connectivity. I like working with people that I can talk about things that interest me. I like hunting. I like fishing. I like gardening. I like going to the beach. I like traveling. I like these things. If someone wants to talk about NASCAR, I'm sorry, as hillbilly as I am, NASCAR just doesn't mean much to me. If somebody wants to talk about country music, I get it. I live only a few hours away from Nashville. You would think, hey, the dumb hillbilly from East Tennessee loves country music. I don't. I can listen to it, but I don't connect with it. So when we think about poor chemistry, we want to try to align our clients with the advisor. Forbes reports that 86% of customers who have an emotional connection with the brand are more likely to continue business with that brand in the future. An emotional connection with the brand. Now, when we're trying to drive to an 8-figure exit, what we have to do is make the brand the company. Decentralize ourselves and decentralize our advisors from the brand. We don't want our clients working with Justin, or perhaps enter your name there. We want them working with our company because we have systems and processes to which to deliver the experience that they are paying us to deliver. 86% of customers who have an emotional connection with the brand are more likely to continue with the brand. There was a report done by Wharton University of Pennsylvania. Dr. James Grubman said, quote, clients are more comfortable and more likely to continue their relationship with advisors who are able to integrate their financial and personal into their financial advising practices. Those advisors who don't will likely face limitations in advisor-client relationships and may find that they're unable to ultimately satisfy the client. What's he saying? When you dive into the article that he wrote, he's basically saying, hey, be real, be yourself. Don't try to be wishy-washy, a chameleon, just because you see a high-dollar client out there that has a lot of assets that can make a lot of money and you're going to try to change who you are. No, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Connect with your clients on a personal level by being authentic. And if some clients don't want to work with you, hey, bring a team member in that's not you, that doesn't match you, that's different than you, that probably will frustrate you, that other clients just love to be around. I've seen this all too many times. So what are some ways that you can create a personal and intimate connection with clients? You can host events. Some of my favorite clients have actually been out to my house. I've had barbecues, various things at my house through the years. They would come out, they would see my family, see my kids, see how I live. They came to the house. You can host an event. You recognize clients on their birthday. Maybe it's through social media, maybe it's through an old handwritten card, maybe it's through an email, but you recognize them on their birthday. You personalize, for me, Christmas cards. Christmas is a big holiday for me. It's a huge holiday. It's celebrating the birth of Jesus. That is a big deal to me. Now, I realize it offends other people, and that's okay. But for me, it's a big deal. And so if that's who I am, I'm going to send personalized Christmas cards to people that I deeply care about because I want to wish them a Merry Christmas. That's who I am. I have friends in the industry that send Happy Halloween cards and Valentine's Day cards and Happy Turkey Day cards and other different things that just who they are. I have a dear client that her favorite time of the year is Halloween. Doesn't really decorate for Christmas, but man, she gets into Halloween. Now, that's not my cup of tea, but because we respect each other, I'll send her Christmas cards. She sends me Halloween cards, and we laugh and we joke, but we're authentic with each other because we personalized it. However, to me, nothing impacts the client relationship more than this. Listen. Ask thought-provoking questions about them. You know, we all have these dreams. We all have goals. We all have aspirations. The people that I trust the most in my life are the ones that get to know me for where I'm headed, for where I want to go. My attorney is someone that I deeply respect. When I sat down with he and my wife for the first time, he asked questions that I never thought about. Man, I've been doing this for decades plus. He asked questions and he got to know us. And he uncovered things about our relationship through our estate plan, through our asset protection plan, the tax attorney through the tax plan that bored down to the heart of the matter. So for us as business owners, if we want to reduce attrition with our customers, man, just asking some very deep questions, good questions, making them think and letting them know that, hey, we sincerely want to understand. Man, it goes a long ways. And finally, why do customers leave? Sometimes your business has shifted its methodology. Now, this is not a bad thing. Whenever you first started your business, you had this approach that you were going to take, and it went this direction, whatever this direction is. Maybe you were going to be investment only. Maybe you're going to do a financial planning practice only. Maybe you're going to sell insurance, whatever your methodology. We're going to only work with pension plans, whatever your particular offering. But over time, your business has grown. You've honed your expertise. Now, what you may find yourself looking at is, hey, I love helping those who are going through divorce. I know I have a colleague of mine that's their specialty. If you're going through a divorce, this is the person. I have friends who have changed their methodology. In my own company, whenever I went through the transition, my methodology changed. And sometimes because the methodology changes, clients leave. Whenever I made the transition from my previous company to the acquiring firm, I sat down with all my long-term clients that I want to continue and said, hey, things aren't going to change. And they didn't. They're still the same. I still meet with them, still do the same thing I've been doing. But I had a very dear client, one that I deeply love, deeply care for this family. They came in, they sat down, and they were broken. They said, Justin, it's just not the same as it was. It's changed. It's different. We don't like it. And we don't want to go with you on this journey. It's not you personally. We just don't like the flavor now that we have. It's a little bit more corporate, or it's a little bit more impersonal. Because my methodology shifted, a friend I love deeply to this day, they came and they said, hey, we're just not going to make this journey with you as our advisor, but we love you as our friend. That's a hard conversation to have. You see, sometimes the old way or the way it used to be has this nostalgia that some people just don't want to take that journey. And that's okay. Sometimes it causes customers to feel left behind or unvalued. So what do? We do the best to explain to our customers, here's where we're headed. Here's how our method can impact you. And at the end of the day, if we have a few customers that opt out of that direction, love them. Nothing's changed. You changed. Your business changed. They didn't many times. So sometimes losing a customer could be a good thing. It could be that you've honed your skills so much so that now you know who your perfect customer is so that you can achieve the quality assurance that you need within your business. So friends, let's take a step back. As you look in your business, are you having or experiencing atrophy at this point? If so, let's take a deep look at our quality assurance. Let's talk about, are we delivering what we said? Let's look at our quality control. Are you communicating frequently with your customers? Number one, is your value proposition aligned with what you're talking about to the customers? Number two, is your technology lagging that of the industry? Is there poor chemistry between the client and the advisor that's servicing them? And finally, has your methodology changed? If you take a step back and you look and any of these things are lagging, now's the time to check your quality, do a quality assurance check on your business, go back to your operations and align your operations so that you can prevent atrophy within your customer base. We do not want to see atrophy. We want retention amongst our customers, not attrition. Friends, if this seems complicated to you, hey, reach out. We can help you. We have a coaching program that can come alongside you and your business and help you drive your business to where you want to go. We can walk alongside you and challenge you and create accountability for you as a business owner. Look, I realize life is hard. Dealing with customers, it's hard. It's hard. It's emotional for me. If I'm being transparent, it's emotional for me because oftentimes these customers become my friends and I love them deeply. I'm with them through hard times. I can't tell you how many funerals I've been to, how many hard things I've gone through. I've been alongside customers when a spouse dies. I've been alongside customers when they had to bail their child out of jail. I've been alongside customers when they found out their child has terminal illness. These are hard things that we deal with as advisors and business owners. If you need help through this, friends, we can help you. Till next time, y'all go out and make it a great day.